want to feed ourselves at the cellular level. That was the beginning of the journey for me. So then I wanted to focus on giving the same efficacy as medication, but without the side effects and without the drug-drug interaction. And I wanted to do that with food because food is your medicine.
Cool. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannes or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American in Accra, Ghana. And if you want to hear the story behind the first plant-based pharmacy and holistic health and wellness center here in Accra, Ghana, then this is the video for you. Okay, so today we are talking to Kristyne Twum. She's the founder and CEO of Kedar Health and Wellness Center and LifeSong Consult. She's a qualified pharmacist, a health and wellness consultant, a grief coach, and an energy healer. She's an American board certified NLP practitioner and a transformational health, life, and grief coach, and she's also a motivational speaker. Kristyne holds a BSc Pharm degree from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and a pharmacy accuracy certification in the United Kingdom. She was a pharmacy manager of Pharmacy Plus in Bristol, UK. She was also responsible for setting up the retail pharmacy at 37 Military Hospital in Accra, Ghana. Lastly, she's the co-founder of the Unicorn Group with companies such as Originate Ltd, Genesis Solutions Ltd in its portfolio. So that is the story of Kristyne Twum. So we're gonna get right into it. So let's go. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Authentic African Entrepreneurs. I am here in Accra, Ghana, and I'm at the Kedar Health and Wellness Center, and I'm here with Kristyne Twum.
Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. I love what you're doing with your business, so I wanted to feature you on the channel. We're both into health and wellness and holistic health. I think it's really important for people to know that that is available here.
Absolutely.
I think most of what people think about in terms of holistic health is, some of the ancient rituals, some of what, the West has determined as like witch doctors and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's also interesting to know that there are modern versions of these things that we know are helpful, because I think the best medicine is preventative medicine. First and foremost, I'd love to start with your background. Where were you born and where were you raised?
All right, I was born here. I was born in Accra. I'll say I was raised here, but my mom, we're a family of four. I had a younger brother, mom and dad. Dad was a medical doctor. He ran the 37 Military Hospital, all right? He was in charge of that for a long time. And my mom worked at the Cocoa Marketing Board, right? So because he was a doctor, when around 5, he went and did his specialty in psychiatry in Edinburgh, all right, in the UK. So we spent, I think, about 5 years in Edinburgh and London before coming back to Ghana, right? So I had to come and acclimatize myself, right? And then, I did secondary school in Achimota University in Kumasi, Tekwan University, Technology, did my pharmacy there, and then spent some time and went back to the UK, spent some time there as well, running a pharmacy there. We had a family business doing advertising. I brought South Africans to open a hearing center here. So yeah, I've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I read your bio. I was just thinking to myself, you are so accomplished. There's so many different things. I listed them out before the interview started, but I want to go into some of those things that I think is really interesting. So you spent some time in the UK. You just mentioned that after getting a degree at Kwame Nkrumah University, right? So let's talk a little bit about the time that you spent there and the hearing company that you did, because I thought that was interesting. Can we talk a little bit about what it was and what you did there?
Okay, with the hearing center, a group of South Africans had come to Ghana looking to set this up, and I happened to be in the right place at the right time. They were looking for either a doctor or a pharmacist to head it, because there really hadn't been a proper hearing center, right, in Ghana. And we were actually Ghana and West Africa. I was heading the Ghana West Africa office, so it was more doing the testing,
Okay.
and then providing good hearing aids for those who needed it. All right. So I went and did a course in audiology, all right, so that I could test and I could fix the hearing aid and set it up. I actually set it up in the same compound that our advertising company was in. That was in Africa, so we would test. You would test and then provide the hearing aids. And I also had a ENT doctor who worked with me so that if people needed to have their ear washed or if they had infections, we could treat that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was amazing because I found that a lot of the hearing loss came from things like meningitis, came from things like malaria. All right, and it's not a lot of people who are born, with hearing loss. Meningitis was a big one for me, especially with children. And some of the interesting things I realized as well was that sometimes when children play and they're putting all kinds of things in their ear and things that cotton buds are breaking off and stuff like that, then the wax kind of goes right over all of that, blocks your ear, you can't hear. As soon as you wash that out,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
Nice. I see. Really interesting. I'm interested in that because I was a child who had issues with wax buildup and things like that, and I'd go with the doctors a lot and flush my ears and all of that. So it was always an issue growing up. So maybe that's why I talk so loud.
I was going to say that, please, you do check it regularly because for us,
Not since then.
okay, no, so you need to check.
Yeah.
Because whenever somebody's talking very loud,
Right.
or you're in a group, all right, because there's a lot of people talking and you can't hear what the person in front of you is saying, or you have to turn
Right.
your head to actually hear,
Yes.
you need to check it.
Makes sense. What actually, I know it's a little bit off topic, but what helped me discover that I have a challenge is I realized that I read lips a lot. And during the pandemic, when everybody was wearing masks, that's when I realized I couldn't hear what was going on. And especially with accents, if I'm moving, I was in a new country at the time, so I'm hearing an accent for the first time and I'm not able to read the lips. And so I'm like, wait. So people were repeating themselves over and over again. And it was discovered for me. So that's something I need to.
Yes, right. But is it particularly in one ear? Do you find it easier to listen?
I can't tell.
You can't tell.
I can't tell. But it's always been an issue. But it's not too bad. But it was just something like if somebody is soft-spoken,
You can't hear the
I've been hearing it, yeah. So, of course, in this discussion, I can hear everything that's being said, even though I wasn't watching your lips. But I realized that I learned to read lips. And then it wasn't until the pandemic happened that I realized how much I watch people's lips when they're talking. So anyway, that's a little off topic. Okay, so you were in the UK for a little while and you came back. Was this company the reason that you came back to Ghana?
Okay. I had a pharmacy. I love my country, Ghana.
Yeah.
The only reason why I went back again to the UK was because of children. We were taking children to school. Okay. So I actually had to give up the pharmacy, left the hearing center, handed it over, and took the children back. The plan was to move back when my youngest went into university.
Okay.
But during the time that we were there, my brother died, my mom died, my dad died. So within 3 years, everybody was gone. Mom and dad, within 3 months, they were both gone. Yes, so then I had family business to come and take over.
Right.
So I came back earlier than intended, all right, just to take over family business. And then eventually, got back into my health and wellness.
Understood. Okay, and there's a lot there to unpack. So that brought you back to Ghana. I wanted to talk about the health and wellness journey for you, personally and also professional. So you're a certified pharmacist, that's right, and you're also a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So I want to start with the personal journey, and then I'll get to the professional journey. So what led you to becoming a vegetarian?
Oh my dad, he was a huge meat eater. When I say huge, I mean huge. He would laugh and joke about how he'd eat his steak, by the kilo. He's ordering his T-bone and it's like, I want a kilo of T. You know what I'm saying? Sweet, lover of meat. And he developed liver cancer and prostate cancer. And the thing is that my journey with Greek started really early. Since I was 13, like every 2 years when I was in Hydrotherapy, when I was boarding school. Every 2 years, a family member would die, okay? And the history from my father's side had always been liver-related issues, So I have a family history of liver disease. So most of the people we passed, it was always around liver problems.
Okay.
So I remember just a week before he died, I'd come back to visit. And the interesting thing is that he developed his illness before my mom died.
Okay.
And mom died before he did. So that was a bit of a surprise because he was kind of like looking after dad and all of that. And I call it carer syndrome. The carer sometimes goes for the actual person who is ill. Okay. So a week before he passed, he was looking at me and he said, calls me, he said, do you think it's all this meat eating that has given me this? And I said to myself, you know what, Daddy, I really don't know. I endorsed. A week later, he died. Well, so afterwards, I haven't been a big meat eater anyway. I love my chicken, I'll do the fish, etc. But then I was with a group of people, an association of vegetarians. I met a few people and they were about to do a raw flea week.
Okay.
And I'm like, let me just give this a little try and see how it goes.
Sure.
So for 7 days, it was all raw.
Okay.
Nothing cooked. Juices, smoothies, salads, raw cauliflower, rice, things like that. Lots of water, coconut, all of that. I lost 6 kilos.
Wow. Oh, could I just stop? Sorry. 6 kilos is like a little over 12 pounds for all of you in America, because I had to learn the kilo to pound translations.
I don't do pounds, I don't think of that. I lost 6 kilos in 1 week, 7 months. In 1 week, I lost 6 kilos. Focus, energy, clarity, So I said, you know what, there's something here, and started just doing a little research because I'll tell you, pharmacists and, I know pharmacists, yes, but pharmacists and doctors, we don't really learn nutrition. What we are taught is to treat symptoms. Yes, that's what we're taught. Okay. So then I went into things a little bit. And the other thing which brings everything is a 360 for me is that when I was doing my pharmacy, because I wanted to do cosmetology and formulations and stuff like that, I did my thesis in mathematics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what I'm doing now is like, whoa, okay. Everything was building up to this moment. So I did the research and I'm like, you know what? The way that meat works and how much our digestive system has to work to process. It's all right. For me, it's very simple. We are the best engine, the best machine ever made. All right. Everything works the way it's supposed to. So just like a car, you want to put petrol in a diesel car. You will put diesel in a petrol car. We need to fuel ourselves with the right fuel so that we run the best way we can. And we do that with the nutrition, with the fruits, with the vegetables, because it's the easiest thing to digest. We want speak of minerals. We want good food. We want to feed ourselves at the cellular level.
Right.
So basically, that was the beginning of the journey for me. I cut out meat. I actually did vegan for 3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mostly vegan, and it's just like once in a while, like you go out and it's like there's nothing for me to, So what I started to do is that I eat before I go out now.
Good move. Myself, I have to eat appetizers and sides. And I always have to ask what's in this appetizer, what's in outside, right? It's always very difficult.
Are you vegetarian as well?
Vegan. So it makes it very difficult, especially here, right? So that's really interesting that's what brought you to that journey. And that's actually something similar, sort of similar for me as well. It was, I realized that my family can live a long life, but the quality of life in their later years is diminished greatly. And it's as if for the last 10 years of their life, they don't even want to be alive, right? And I realized that a lot of that has to do with the food they consume. We have so many ailments in my family, so that took me on my journey of discovery of the veganism or plant-based
Plant-based.
Yeah. Okay, so on that note, I want to ask you, so that was your personal journey into becoming more plant-based.
Yeah.
How did your professional journey take you into the world of holistic health and wellness?
So for me, when I moved back to Ghana, all right, so here I am, pharmacist, come back to Ghana.
So I wanted to see, I came back with like, okay, can I get back into the forest? And I came and there were too many pharmacies, too many of them. The actual law is for a pharmacy to serve a community.
Okay.
So the distance between pharmacies, yeah, that's what I knew when I set up my pharmacy.
Right.
400 meters.
That's definitely not in the...
That's not the case now.
Right.
You can do one street and there are 10 of them.
I know that, yes.
So I wanted to find a way to just impact my community in a different way. I was like, you know what? I don't want to do another pharmacy. And but I remember when I was practicing, my main aim, I always had an issue with the side effects and the drug interactions, because like I said, symptoms, you come to me with a headache. I'll give you something for a headache. The headache will cause you a stomachache. You'll come to me, I'll give you something for your stomachache.
Right.
The stomachache will give you a backache. I'll give you something for your backache. We're treating the symptoms over and over again. Yes. So then I wanted to focus on giving the same efficacy as medication, but without the side effects and without the drug interactions. And I wanted to do that with food, because food is your medicine. And if you look at it also, most of the medication, when you look back, it starts from plants. Our chloroquine is derived from cumin, from the neem tree. So that's where it's from. And if you also look at the effect and the magnitude of side effects, Viagra was made for heart disease.
Right.
When the clinical trials were being done, the nurse who was administering the medication noticed all the infections when she gave it to the male patients.
Right.
So that the side effect of the drug is now the main indication.
Yep.
And the heart disease is now a side effect. So if your medicine can give you a side effect that large, if I can rather prevent the disease or treat it with just the food that I have to eat anyway, I'll do that any day.
I love that. And that's huge. I mean, I as you said, doctors and pharmacists are meant to treat symptoms that solve the ailments.
That's what they're taught.
Yeah, that's what's up. And, there are a lot of people who have a lot of conspiracies about, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think people just do what they're taught, right? And so if that's what you're taught, you go to school for 8+ years or however long, that's what you're taught. Okay, so I want to talk about, Kedar Health, because I think that all of the things that you service speak to all the different things that you just mentioned and more, actually, because you go far and above and beyond just what you consume.
Yeah.
We also deal with mental health as well. So I wanted to kind of go into the specific elements of your business, the core tenets of your business, and talk about each one individually. So I wanted to start with, let's start with the business name itself. Where does Kedar come from? And tell me how you kind of came up with the name and where the business started.
Okay. All right. So Kedar started 2018, but we didn't start as Kedar Health. We started as Cedar Lane Health Foods. Okay. The name came to me when I was a seed. I wanted to do this. My business is actually based on the UK's Holland and Bright stores.
On the case?
Holland and Bright stores. So that is what I actually wanted to base this on. I actually approached them in the UK. I wanted to see whether I could do a franchise for West Africa.
Okay.
Right? It was way too much for me. So then I said, you know what? I'll come and do my own version with my local products, my local entrepreneurs, and build it that way. See? So it came to me as a seed. Name came to me, Cedar name. Like, okay, we could do this. Wrote this down, did it. I had a partner here, didn't work out, right? Unfortunately, I'd made him a director of the business. Okay. So then it wasn't very pleasant, right? So then I kind of changed the name. So I rebranded. It was my children. Because my Kristyne is spelled with a K. And then we looked at the name Kedar. And Kedar means how family. And how it's like a mountain goddess. That's good enough for me.
Love it. There are many tenets to the business. I want to make sure we cover each one of them. So the first of which is that I want to cover is the shop. So you had a shop downstairs.
Yes.
And there are a number of different things I saw in there. But can you talk to us about the shop and what you sell?
Okay. Mostly it's whole foods. Organic whole foods. Seeds, nuts, good oils, powders, your moringa, the baobabs, right? Your nut butters, just good food, food that feeds you at a cellular level, because that's what you're teaching. The food is a medicine. And there are things that are preventive, because I keep on saying you have to eat anyway. Whereas you just eat things that make sure that you don't get sick. Okay, so it's a lot of the whole foods. And then there's a section of natural skincare, natural health care, because it's inside and it's outside as well. Okay, so your shea butter. Did you know Ghana shea butter is a natural UV protection?
I've been made aware of that very recently. Yes. Yeah.
So that's awesome. And the shea butter you can also use to cook, etc.
Right.
Okay. So natural skin and hair products. And then Meebix, I look at it a little bit because we've got all the natural supplements. I do plant-based supplements.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. So it's plant-based supplements. And then we got like a household items section. We've expanded our baby section a little bit.
Sure.
We've added a section for our furry friends, dogs and cats as well.
Sure.
And then I just did a section that I call Woven by Kedar. All right. I was trying to kind of boost our local artisans.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
So the woven for and our female entrepreneurs. So we have a let's do, because you talk about the services.
Yeah, so I'm going to say so. So that's the shop. Okay, that's the shop. The first thing I saw on the site was the holistic wellness consultations that you do. Can you talk a little bit about what that looks like?
Okay. So what I do with that is you come in, we have a little chat, but then I do a body composition analysis.
Okay.
Right? That tells me how much water is in your body. It tells me what your bone mass is. It tells me, I'm not a big fan, I don't really like working with a lot of waste, but it tells me what your body fat percentage is. It tells me what your visceral fat.
Okay.
And visceral fat is a hidden fat. It's the fat that you can't see, you can't pinch, you can't hold.
Okay.
It's the fat that covers your internal organs, covers your intestines, your liver, your kidneys. So it's a very dangerous one. That is an important one for me. Okay. I think the most important thing with the body composition analysis, it tells me your metabolic age.
Okay.
So how old is your body? Are you really a 30-year-old? Or are you a 30-year-old but you have a 50-year-old body? All right. Yeah. And then from there, we can work on what it is that you need. Okay. I don't do diet plans and I don't do weight loss. Right? Because when you add muscle, when you exercise and you add muscle
Right.
to your routine, muscle and fat can't be in the same place at the same time.
Right.
So when you add that kind of resistance exercises to your routine, you build muscle, you lose fat. You might be slimmer, healthier, but you may weigh more on the scale because the muscle weighs more than fat.
Absolutely.
Okay? Yeah. So that's the first thing we do.
So that's the holistic wellness consultation.
And then if we need to go further, I'll do a full body organ scan.
Okay. And then you have wellness therapies. Is that also like an extension of the consultation, or is that what?
Yes. So right, we finish with the consultation, depending on what your goals are and how we want to make sure that we do healthy living for you.
Sure.
Then we do the therapy. So the therapies could be a quantum scan, it could be a detox, it could be a massage, it could be energy medicine, it could be the coaching that I give.
Oh,
Okay, because it's a 360-degree approach.
and this one was interesting because I think colon cleansing is super important.
Yeah.
We talk about this a lot. So you do colon hydrotherapy.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that means?
So I'll give an example. Your colon, all right, is the longest, the human colon is at least 15 feet
Right.
long. Okay. So every time you eat, you're going to get deposits within the colon. So at least twice a year, you kind of like clean it up. It's like when you see a big tunnel or a big gutter.
Right.
Even though water is passing through, on the sides of it, you're going to get debris and piss. So when you take a nice big water hose, all right, with enough pressure, and you wash that away, you're going to get a nice, clean tunnel,
Right.
on the top. So basically, that's what we're trying to do, okay? So it's putting the water up your backside, and with the pressure, it's going to go up your colon, wash it all out,
all right, and then it flares back down here. But if we don't, because of the food that we do here, we don't do that on site, all right? I have a partner that we do it with, okay, in the office, I think.
Got it. You also have a number of coaching services. Can we talk through the different ones? I know you're a certified Read coach, and then you have other coaching services. So can we talk about what that looks like?
Okay, all right. So I'm actually an American board certified NLP life coach.
Is that neuro-linguistic programming?
Neuro-linguistic program. All right, so that's the basis of a lot of the coaches that you know. Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, right? NLP, so secrets, okay? So I do the life coaching, all right? So for people's goals, you want personal development, and sometimes I do grant coaches as well. Some companies come to me in a month just because of my advertising creative background. Companies come, they want to rebrand and stuff like that. You do that as well. But then because I'm a pharmacist, the NLP tools and the life coaching tools, right, helps with the nutrition and the health and wellness coaching as well. And because of my story, losing my family in such a short amount of time, that's what evolved into the grief coach. Because what would happen was my friends would call me. It's like, oh my goodness, Kristyne, I've lost a family member. I don't know what to do. How did you go through it? What did you do? How can we help? And I just started talking to them, little bit of advice here. This before you get through it, I went through it, so using as an example, how that started. Okay, so we've got the 3 different dimensions.
Got it. I love that. You mentioned 2 names, Tony Robbins and Jack Canfield. Jack Canfield is co-author of The Chicken Shaped for the Soul, and so Tony Robbins does the Firewalk experience and all those other things. I'm big into personal development, so I'm familiar with that. For those of you who aren't familiar, just wanted to give you that background. So Google them. And then you have the organic Whole Foods.
Yes.
I think we talked a little bit about the shop, but maybe I'm going to talk a little bit more about the organic Whole Foods.
Okay, so those are most of the products in the shop. Okay. They're organic Whole Foods. But then we have a service. We do a weekly fresh vegetable service. Okay. Because I'm telling you to eat better. I need to be able to supply you with the things I want you to eat. Okay? So you've got all the Whole Foods in the shop, and then you've got this fresh vegetable delivery service. So we do, your lettuces, the cucumbers, the green peppers. We also have like a Wednesday fresh mushroom service as well. We used to do a tofu service, all right? Our supplier had a few problems, so I'm still looking for another tofu service. But the whole point of what we're doing at Kedar Health is we want to give you the tools for healthy living. All right. And to be able to do that, we need to make things a little bit easy for you. That's all right. To supply you all the necessary foods and what you need to drink and all your fresh vegetables as well.
Okay. Awesome. And so that can be delivered to your home anywhere in a problem?
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, because it's fresh, it has to be in Accra, Tema. Like Greater Accra.
Okay, Greater Accra.
Especially in the Pacific, it's a very easy. We're about to open a little cafe. I had that plan since 2020. I noted before COVID, have a juice bar. So we're come to do just like a little one and inside. So we have a lot of organic teas and powders and juices and smoothies and salads and vegetable soups that we're really looking forward to supply.
I'm looking forward to that as well. And then the last thing I saw on the site was lab testing.
Yes.
So what kind of lab testing do you do?
Okay, no, everything. I have same thing. I have a partner. Yeah. So everything, blood work, lipid work, hormones, pregnancy, kidney function, liver function, everything. When we do the assessments, that we need to go a little further. All right, it's available. It's available to do. And also sometimes we have people who just want to do that straight away.
Right.
When we see the results of that, then we can guide to either doing a holistic care and treatment for that. Sometimes people want to just dash back and go back into allopathic treatment, which is fine, all right, for them. Everybody's on different levels.
Sure.
Okay? Yeah. But we cover a whole range of different
Got it. Are there any other services? I know you have other practitioners and therapists here. Do you want to briefly go through some of the services they provide?
Okay, so because of the hearing center that's talked about every Friday. So because of the hearing center, I used to run it. Everybody knows me there. So we do a healthcare. So on Fridays, we provide the hearing tests for children from 6 years and above.
And we do therapeutic massage here as well. Okay. Because I'm an energy healer, I'm a pranic healer, all the massage therapies are done in space of positive energy, right? It's cleansed, it's healed, sound, light, everything is all energized. Even some of the oils that you use are all energized for that. So you can have the hearing test, the therapeutic massages, or just energy sessions.
Okay.
As well.
I like that, yeah. So can you talk to us about the recipes? I looked at that on the website and I saw some of those. What kind of recipes do you have as well?
Healthy recipes. I want to give and make it as easy as possible for you to do healthy living. So some of them like are raw recipes, some are very easy recipes, that you could do in 30 minutes. Some are recipes that you can use 3 to 5 ingredients, okay? So I have juice recipes, I've got smoothie recipes, we've got some stir fries, right? Oh, yes, you got some stir fry recipes as well. And mostly it's using some of the products that we have in the shop, using some of the organic whole foods, and just showing you the different things you can do with them. Okay, we've got different kinds of honey. We've got honey that is cinnamon honey, ginger honey, turmeric honey, all that is easy. So one day if you're doing a smoothie, you would rather use a turmeric, you can put a turmeric honey in it, all right? Yeah, and get all the benefits of the antibiotic benefits of turmeric. You got all the different things that you could use. Doing your smoothie bowls and topping it with chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and stuff like that. So it's just a range of. I love to cook, but a lot of people don't have time.
Right.
And to eat healthy, people always complain, oh, you have to do a lot of chopping. And I'm like, yeah, but this is just 30 minutes. 30 minutes to eat well and nourish your body, rather than spending 2 hours doing fufu exercise.
Agree. Awesome. So can you talk to us about the loyalty club? What's included and how it works?
All right. I love that loyalty club. So anytime you buy anything from us, every CD you spend, it's equivalent to a point, a Kedar loyalty points. Okay. But that's not the only way that you can earn points. All right. When you first have to create an account with us on the website. And then when you share us on social media, you get some points there. On your birthday, you get points, right? But the fastest way you can get points is when you refer a friend. So whenever you refer a friend, when that friend comes to buy from us, your friend gets 10% off. You get 50 points. Nice. So when you have that code, when you get your refer a friend code, share it to as many people as you can.
Mine is going to be in the description.
There you go, right? Because even if 10 people come and buy stuff from us and they get a 10% discount, you top 500 points already.
Right.
Yeah. And some of the rewards that you can get from the points are, you can get free gifts, you can get a free wellness consultation.
Sure.
Right? You can get a free eye test. I've partnered with another company to do that. You could get a free eye test, yeah? You could get 10% off your whole purchase.
Okay.
Or you can get a therapeutic massage.
Excellent. Now, in terms of the future and what's coming, let's talk about the meal delivery service, since we hadn't talked about that in the discussion. So what is the plan there?
Okay, now the plan is to just prep staging recipes, okay? Prep staging recipes, and then provide the ingredients and how to do it.
Like HelloFresh in the America.
Yeah, but yes, this basically like that. All right, so that's what we want to do. And then probably we might start it, of course, with everything we'll start in really small, but my plan, my goal is to make sure that, you've got your vegan, and it's most of it will be plant-based. I don't really want to add anything else to it, but most of it will be plant-based. Healthier, the better.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Any other plans for expansion outside of the shop and the meal card delivery?
Okay, we have some of our products with different people. I'm a pharmacist, so I've got a lot of pharmacy friends, okay? I've been kind of like in their ear about having wellness options. So a few of them have started setting up wellness options in their pharmacies. So you can find some of our products there. But we're looking to set up a hub. I'm still looking for a nice place to set up a hub in a different area, okay, also in the bone catches. But because we deliver, it really doesn't matter. We're in a digital age now, so order online, and we deliver. We deliver around the world, We deliver everywhere with DHL, right? We delivered everywhere. Czech Republic, Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, UK, US, Scotland, Canada, Uganda, South Africa. We've delivered everywhere.
All right. Excellent. Okay, I love it. I love it. Everything you're doing and everything you plan to do. I have a few questions about business in Ghana. So many people I talk to ask me about what it's like to do business in Ghana. So my first question for you is, what are some of the challenges you find opening a business? As someone who's lived here and lived abroad, right? You have an outside perspective, as many of the people who are watching the video. What were some of the challenges you found doing business here in Ghana?
Number one, staff. Human resource capital. I was telling a friend of mine that if I can solve the human resource capital of Ghana, and you're doing it. When I moved from the UK and came to Ghana, I wanted to implement things like time sheets and hourly rates would not work. Okay? Because if anything happens, I still can't get my head around it, because it's like, if it rains, if you're in the UK, I'm in the UK, where it's snowy. I have to go to work, absolutely. I will get to work, right? Here, it's raining. Nobody turns up.
That's true.
That's because it's really too. So sometimes, and also because I'm a coach, sometimes the kind of environment that I create, right, is for everybody to know that, you are part of your own journey.
Yes.
Okay? A lot of people, and I think a lot of workers think that this is just a stepping stone. So I'm not obliged. I don't have my heart in this. It's just a way for me to make some money. So I'm looking, not resisted. So I'm looking for the next quick opportunity.
Right.
But the environment I try and create with my team is to let them understand that this is a journey for you, all right? That you're trying or you're going to learn as much as possible, all right? And learn tools, life lessons that you'll use, okay? So there's some kind of an investment in that. You know what? This is a team. We are growing together.
Right.
For us, it's not boss and stuff. For me, it's me and my team. Right. Okay. So that's usually how, we kind of get people to stay a little longer. It's easier to train people because the worst things that you train them and then 2 seconds later, they're gone. So that's one thing. I think the other thing too is finance, getting investment to help with business.
Yes.
It's a little
Capital intensive, right, to start a business here. So you either have to have some capital up front or find a way down. Yeah.
But now, for me, and since last year, for me, it's been a lot of partnerships and collaboration. It's partnerships and collaboration. Because it's difficult to do it alone.
Right.
And the other people who are also having a hard time. So let's just come together and then grow together. We're always stronger together.
My next question was going to be advice. But as you invested in yourself like this, you added some advice in there as well. So one, I think you mentioned is you help your people feel more invested because they're gaining something from it. It's not just a job to them, right? It's like career growth tactics, right? And then the other thing I think you said was partnership, right? Any other advice you would give to anyone?
What I tell everybody all the time is that make sure that every day that you live brings you joy.
I like that. Okay, that's awesome. Very well said. Very well put. Succinct. And then the last question on businesses, I asked you to so I want to ask you a positive. What is the best thing or the thing that you love the most about having had this business here at Ghana?
I think for me, it'll be just the impact it's having on people. You change somebody feels good after a month of changing their diet, exercising a little bit, having their mindset changed, you see the glow, you see how happy people are, and that is so fulfilling for me. All right, I think that's the main thing. That's the main thing. That's huge. That's the main thing.
Okay. Where can people find the business, either online or physically?
Yeah. Okay. So physically, we're located in Komumimni. All right. Our nearest landmark is the Joy FM radio station. All right. There.
Okay, but we are online. We are online as www.kedarhealth.com. We deliver everywhere around the world, so you can order directly. It'll come straight to you. Okay, we are also on Facebook and Instagram at Kedar Health. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
I want to thank you once again that you answered. This has been great. I learned a lot, and I'm excited to see everything and also become a customer too.
Yeah.
And with that, thanks guys for watching. I will see you all in this video. Bye guys. So that was Kristyne's story. What did you guys think of the story? What did you guys think of what she's offering? Is this something that you would be interested in? If you come to Accra, make sure you hit that link in the description so you can see everything that she's offering. And then of course, make sure you use my code so that you can get 10% off your first purchase. Guys, if there's anything I missed, make sure you put that in the comments below. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and make sure you share this with anybody who's a plant-based person planning to move to Accra, Ghana, or if anybody you know has a pharmacist that they need to see, she is the person for you. Grief coach, counseling, and everything else. With that, guys, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video. All right, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share it with your friends. All right, see you on the next video.